Hi, it's Mark Bossert from Top Local Lead Generation. We're here today talking with Dr. Nicholas Jensen from Divine Elements. They're a naturopathic and wellness clinic in Vancouver. How are you doing today, Dr. Jensen?
Great, thanks, Mark. Good to see you.
So you can reach Divine Elements at their website at divineelements.ca, or you can give them a call. Today we're talking about hormone imbalance, which is something that's really quite a coming thing in the world, and Dr. Jensen is going to give us some insight on discovering your hormone signature. So first, why don't we just find out a little bit more about you, Nicholas? Who are you?
Great, thanks, Mark. Yeah, I'm a naturopathic physician. I graduated from the Boucher Institute of Naturopathic Medicine in 2006, 2007, I should say, with my beautiful wife. So we co-own our family wellness clinic here at Divine Elements, and my specialty is really helping people find their hormone signature. So I call myself a naturopathic physician, also a wellness consultant, because we're not just looking at um, just the basic fundamental errors that show up over time, but we're also looking at how to enhance quality of life and live as long and healthy as we can.
So what what are what the heck are hormones, and what is a hormone imbalance?
Yeah, it's a great question, and this is definitely something that can seem very complicated, but at the end of the day, it's kind of a simple matter. Essentially, hormones regulate so many pieces in our operating systems in our body. And basically, an imbalance can be set up in many different ways. But if you look at our modern lifestyle with the caffeination and staying up too late and overdoing it, the stress, the types of food we're eating, we're bombarded constantly with ways that throw our body out of balance. And one of the first places it shows up is in the hormonal system. And just an interesting side note is just our hormones actually decline by 50% from the age of 25 to 40. So this is a significant role that this plays on us over time. And if we look at any of the major chronic illnesses that do show up over time, they're usually age-related illnesses. And in fact, they're so closely related to this hormonal system. So it's definitely an important area of discussion.
So how do you discover if your hormones are out of balance?
So, I mean, there's many different ways to do it as far as testing and consultation are concerned, but in this clinic here, what we really just want to discover is that hormonal signature. And so we've kind of coined that term because hormones aren't just what you see on a blood test. They're really about the quality of life, how you're spending your time with your family, friends, what you're doing for exercise, what kind of nutrition are you putting in your body. So all these factors are taken into account. But definitely when people are coming in to really look at that hormonal system, a huge part of that is actually addressing things through the blood work as well. So people come in, we get an initial assessment through that lab work. We have them watch a detailed video describing the whole hormonal process. And on the first visit, we put together a strategic plan to deal with those unique systems and symptoms that are showing up for an individual. And some of those, just to go over some of those typical symptoms, it could be anything from fatigue to weight gain, insomnia, depression, just the change in the mood. For many men and women, it's a feeling of that loss of mojo that definitely shows up over time, and just a general lack of that zest of quality of life. So those are definitely the more common things that show up for people, but hormones, because they play such a ubiquitous role in the body, that they can really look like a multitude of different things.
Okay, so I suspect maybe my hormones are out of balance. What do I do?
Yeah, the first thing you do is definitely call the clinic and ask and talk to our receptionists and our office managers who have valuable information to share on whether or not you'd be a good candidate for the program. And if need be, we do offer 15-minute free consultations to really address if this is an area of worth looking into. And once people decide that yes, this is something you want to do and you want to work with us as physicians and naturopathic doctors, then we get going. We make sure you get your blood work done. We sign you up for your consultation and get you started on a hormone balance program.
That's great. So Um, is there a like one story about this that of kind of the before and after that you? I'm kind of springing this on you, but is there a good story that you could tell about like an example of how
Yeah.
this has affected somebody's life?
The wonderful thing about working with hormones is there's so many stories, and each day that we get to see these people, we get to hear about these profound effects that show up in people's lives. And one particular yesterday just had a patient of my wife's actually who was commenting on her progress, and she was in a real difficult. Looks like we lost you there.
Yep. So you were talking about this lady.
Yeah, great. So thanks, Mark. Yeah, so this my wife's patient just yesterday was talking about her road to wellness just over this 3 month period, which is very common for a lot of the patients. Basically, she was coming in, she was overweight, not sleeping, um, hot flashes were getting out of control. Basically, she felt like she was out of control. She lost that handle and real sense of self that seems to disappear with the chronic stress and whatnot that shows up in people's lives. So she was eating poor, no energy, again, not sleeping. In a short period of time, she got her life back because she was sleeping again. She had that energy to go and start to get active. She completely transformed the way she was eating, and she's a new woman. Whereas in the medical system, she may have been a prime candidate for antidepressant medications and all sorts of different, medications that basically aren't serving her in the long run. And just after a short period of time, she gets her life back. And this is at the end of the day, this is just the beginning. I mean, she's got a lot of work to do, but to see such profound change after such a short period of time is quite phenomenal. And that's definitely on par with what most people do feel once they get going.
That's awesome. So we've been talking with Dr. Nicholas Jensen. We're going to explore this a lot more over the next few weeks, but you can reach them or you can reach him and his wife, Sonia, at their Naturopathic Wellness Clinic, Divine Elements in Vancouver, divineelements.ca, or you can call them at 604-568-3735. Thanks a lot, Dr. Nicholas.
Thanks so much, Mark. Have a great day.
Bye.